I'm Patrick Okemwa, serving Machakos University as acting Deputy Registrar in charge of academics. I was serving directly under Professor Okemwa, and I recall Professor Okemwa joined the university in 2016. And when he came in, he found me serving in his division. At that time, we had only 6 undergraduate programs. And over the years, in a period of 8 years or so, Professor Okemwa has been instrumental in the development of undergraduate program plus masters and PhD programs. At the point of his demise, he left the university with 39 undergraduate programs, 24 master programs, and 4 PhD programs. This in addition to the 12 TVET diploma programs, which are also on offer. Professor Okemwa, great achievements and accomplishments did not deter him from being human. He touched our hearts at a very personal level, and he had a great sense of humor. I remember in so many occasions, we would go with it to his office with challenges. But he would approach the challenges with humor first. And he would solve the problems. He was very resilient in that he took his work very seriously. But his work and service was totally student-centric. He put student first above everything else that he did in Machakos University. There are so many occasions that he would serve the student beyond even the working hours, sometimes even over the weekends. The student would walk into his office crying, and they would leave smiling. It is definite that the Machakos University students will miss him greatly. And even Machakos University as an institution will miss Professor Okemwa greatly, because he joined the university at the very first point when first graduation was conducted. He was part and parcel of the first graduation, and after that he conducted 7 other more graduations. That is, Professor Okemwa actually was part and parcel of the last graduation that was conducted in May in 2024. It is true that Professor Okemwa has been instrumental and will be remembered as one of the academician who has been instrumental in laying the foundation for this university. At the point of his demise, he complained that he had health challenges, and the last time we saw him, he came into the office and ordered for tea for us. We were not aware that was the last tea we were going to take with him. And even on that day, he worked very late into the night, and we left him in the office working. And unfortunately, we tried to call him the following day, but his phone went unanswered. It's a great loss to us as the people working in this department. All the staff there are greatly touched. And it's left a big gap in our hearts, a big gap in our working environment. It's our hope that we'll be able to make up and do the work that is left behind and be able to support where we'll be appointed in this position. As a department, we have not only lost a colleague, we have lost a fatherly figure, we have lost a friend, and I believe that Machakos University has lost a gem. It's a precious gem we have lost, but for now, we can just say, may God rest his soul in eternal peace.
EZRA OKEMWA was born on the 28th August 1960 in Kisii County, Kenyanya Sub-County. His education life, he joined Emesa Primary in 1968 and later joined Gesusu High School, where he sat for the East African Certificate of Education. In 1980, he joined Cardinal Otunga for the Kenya Certificate of High School in Advanced Education. In 1981 to 1985, he joined the University of Nairobi, where he graduated with a Bachelor of Arts degree in International Relations and African Language. In 1989, he graduated from the University of North Texas, USA, with a Postmaster Certificate of Advanced Study in Library and Information Sciences with specialization in Information Resource Management. In 2007, he attained his PhD in Knowledge Management from the University of Cape Town, South Africa. He later joined Machakos University in 2016 as the Registrar Academic Research and Linkages. In 2017, he was appointed as the first Registrar ASA. Professor was engaged in many activities, including but not limited to assisting the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic and Student Affairs, in general administration, planning, financial and budgeting matters, coordinating programs, syllabi, rules and regulation governing implementation of academic and research program, and many other. He was also involved in teaching, coordinating research, supervising postgraduate students in the areas of knowledge management, open access, publishing, indigenous knowledge system, scholarly communication, and information resource management. Professor Okemwa was distinguished employee of Machakos University, an accomplished scholar and an illustrated administrator who left behind a rich legacy.
My name is Professor Peter Kibet Koech. I'm the director ODEL. ODEL stands for Open Distance and E-Learning. I'm responsible for online teaching and learning in this university. About our late Registrar Professor EZRA OKEMWA, I want to say that I worked under him as Director ODEL. ODEL is under the division of ASA, which stands for Academic and Students Affairs. And as a director, I am answerable to the Registrar and the DVC ASA. That is my boss, Professor James Mola. I want to say that I received the news of the departure of our Registrar with shock and disbelief. Personally, I want to say that I have learned a lot from our Registrar. Our Registrar has been a hard worker. You'll always find him in the office, even late in the evenings, working. First thing in the morning he's here, he leaves very late. And sometimes when you come around, you find that there are so many students that he used to serve. But by evening, he will have cleared all of them. One thing that I'll miss about Professor ONDARI is this professor was simple. He knew how to socialize with people, to stay with people. A jovial man all the time. He is a person that used to talk to people, lively. And one thing that I can also say is that he cannot actually hold any grudges with anybody. Regardless of frustrations and challenges. In fact, he would actually be tough to you whenever things are not moving on. But in the evening, when he finds you, you even believe that he actually used to forget what has actually passed or it's gone. I will miss Professor. I'll miss him a lot. One other thing that I also want to say is that he was an independent-minded person. He was ready to give his mind any time. Whether that opinion that he used to give was going to be the kind of opinion that he used to give was his own. He was himself. He could not actually hide. He could not actually follow people. He had a mind that was very independent, and I like that. I want to give my condolences to the family for the loss of a professor, to friends, and to the entire Machakos University family. Thank you very much.
My name is Francis Wambua, CPA. Currently, I'm the Acting Chief Finance Officer, Machakos University. And I'd like to pass my heartfelt condolences to the family of Professor Okemwa. I've known Professor Okemwa since the day I joined Machakos University as an accountant in 2017. And to me, I can say that he was a mentor, much as initially I knew him as a boss. So we've interacted with Professor Okemwa for the last 7 or so years, when dealing with issues to do with student finance and anything finance-related issues to do with students. And we've interacted well. And I think he was passionate about the academic division as a whole. I could say that Professor Okemwa, we were actually liaising well on issues to do with students, especially student welfare. We consulted, and I think he was a good man. I think as a university, we've lost one of the best staff. So may his soul rest in eternal peace. Thank you.
My name is Moses Owana. I teach here in the Department of Mathematics, where specifically I teach statistics. Yes, I have, inside of the professor, I have known him since he came. He found me here. We have been having a very, very cordial relationship. One thing I've admired with him, working with him, is the level of humility. He interacts with everybody. His office is open to everybody. He handles people with a lot of respect. And he does not have any form of discrimination, which I can say that if you're a colleague, maybe he does not profile people based on status, academic status, financial status, or administrative status. Also, he is somebody whom you can go to his office, you can talk. If you find a tea there, he will give you tea. I'm just talking about the level at which he interacts with people. Even if you're a student, he will give you time. He will pay attention to your problem and solve your problem. And nurturing people. He has been encouraging me quite a lot as a lecturer, very encouraging. I've been to his office with a student, and he was very, very good, offering further advice, offering mentorship. I've been in his office with a student who was graduating, We stayed there for a few minutes, but it was actually, the interaction was very cordial. That's what I can say concerning even students. Also, during examinations, students sometimes they get stressed. Some have not paid fees. Once you are a student and you reach his office, he will always provide you with a solution. He can write for you a note. You go and sit for an exam, and once any lecturer sees his note in the exam room, nobody will turn down that student. He was very understanding to the problems of students, especially financial. Being the registrar, he was accessible to the students, and he tried his level best to assist them. So both staff, personally as a staff, we were very friendly. He used to send me a lot of messages through WhatsApp, even at the individual level. Forget about the staff WhatsApp groups. Even at individual level, we were very close. I was supposed to go to his office, but I don't know, I got delayed a bit, gradually delayed us a bit until he died before I went to his office. And there's nothing was taking me there apart from just greeting and so on. So we shall miss him as staff members. I know the students miss him more than anybody else. He was very friendly to them. Some he was even assisting long after graduation. Some were calling him. I was personally called by a former student who graduated here 2 years ago, whom had talked to the professor, the late professor, I think 2 days before his death. What they were discussing was to assist in maybe getting a job, something like that. Even scholarships. I'm not saying that I know somebody assisted with scholarship, but I know some whom they were interacting on the side of scholarship. So we shall really miss him as individuals and as an institution. And as a country, I say we have really lost a great man. Now to the family, when somebody dies, it's a loss to at the workplace. But at the workplace, there will always be a replacement. That's the challenge with life. When you are at your workplace, you will always be replaced by a person who may not perfectly fit into your shoes, because people are unique in their own ways. They have their own unique strengths and weaknesses. But at the family level, there is no replacement. So we say sorry to the family, and we grieve with them together.
My name is Cecilia Mulo. I work in the School of Pure and Applied Sciences, Machakos University. I can say that I am saddened by the death of Professor EZRA OKEMWA, our Registrar Academics and Students Affairs. A death that came so suddenly and shocked everyone. I found Professor OKEMWA a very social person. Personally, I've not worked closely with him, but being in a school, we have interacted with him in one way or another, especially during students' admissions. And I found him a very social person. So I found him to be able to socialize with both staff and students. In fact, it's like I can say he knows many staff by their names, including those who work in the law cadres. He didn't discriminate. He was a very social person. So we are going to miss him. We'll miss his jovial mood. We'll miss his jokes. Whenever you would meet him, you just crack a joke. Anakuita mkamba. We really miss him. So I want to take this opportunity and pass my sincere condolences to his family and to the family of Machakos University. May God console each and every one of us. Thank you.
I'm Bernard Ogola, a technologist in the School of Pure and Applied Sciences, Physical Sciences Department. I am generally in physics lab. I know Professor as a very good man, a man who is highly social and who is out and can reach everybody. This is a man whom we'll meet with occasionally and crack jokes with. I know him. At one point I served in the union, and at that point we used to interact with him, mostly in the negotiations and in the management meetings. And is a person who will give us ideas regardless of our status in the university. He would interact with us very, very freely, and he would advise us where necessary. He's a mentor to many of the people, both in the teaching and the non-teaching cadre of staff. He's a man who will be missed dearly with the entire staff fraternity of Machakos University. I take this opportunity to send my heartfelt condolences to the family and to Machakos University fraternity at large. I know the good work he used to do with the students. I know that the students will miss him dearly. So I want to pray that God will comfort the family and will fill the hole that he has left in Machakos University. Thank you.
My name is Claire Sarah Wangoi, a student in the TVET section, Fashion Design, second year. For the late Professor Okemwa, he was a very good man and a very hardworking man. We will truly miss him. It's a great loss. He was a very inspirational man. Even when you needed help, he was there to help you, and he never let anyone down. It's a great loss for the university. We send our condolences to the family, and may so rest in peace. Thank you.
My name is Faith Mutuku, taking Fashion and Design. It's so sad we lost Professor Okemwa. He was so hardworking. You could find his car parked outside his office late hours, and he inspired me a lot. May his soul rest in peace.
Hello, I'm Victor Otieno. I'm a Machakos University student pursuing diploma in electrical and electronics engineering per option. As you know, we lost our registrar ASA, Miss Professor Okemwa, whom we loved so much. To our students and staff members, to our stakeholders in the university, may I encourage you to stand with the family of Professor Okemwa in prayers. If I may share the good things I learned from Professor Okemwa, Professor Okemwa made me to gain a lot of leadership skills on how to lead in an institution containing students. Professor Okemwa also made me to be a smart man, to look like a literate man. To add on, Professor Okemwa, I will miss Professor Okemwa with one thing, that is, Professor Okemwa used to attack students in different ways and made me to be happy. To conclude, may I say the soul of our professor rest in peace.
I'm a staff from Machakos University, and what I can say about our registrar, Professor Okemwa, EZRA OKEMWA ONDARI, this was really a man of people. He could give hand. He had a human heart, such that he used to help even if the student had not enough fee. I remember one day I approached him. I had a parent who had requested me that I should talk to him, that the student had not enough fee, and he really helped. We really talked to him, we said that the fee was not enough, and he just wrote a note and recommended that the student should join the school and then pay the fee after. So what we can really say that he had an helping hand. He could really listen and help. So may God rest his soul in eternal peace.
This is a special dedication to the real Professor EZRA OKEMWA in our hearts. We gather here today to remember Professor as a guiding light in our lives. He was more than a teacher, a pillar of wisdom, always there when we stumbled, a mentor who believed in us even when we doubted ourselves. He was a father figure, stern yet caring, a boss who challenged us to think beyond textbooks. Professor was an open-minded person, never afraid to question norms, a simple man who found beauty in complexity. His love for knowledge made us scholars, and his independence inspired us to find our own path. Today we say goodbye. Professor, you will always be in our hearts. May his soul rest in peace.